Up and Nora books are over here. My daughter's over there. They're $20, and again, the proceeds go to special needs kids. And I also am this is the working title and cover of the book, Good Grief, which is going to be it's shaping up to be a very different kind of book. It's a collage of sorts. A little bit of thoughts, a little funny stuff, a little things, because when you're in the throes of grief, you really are not wanting to read a big book. And no one can really tell you how to grieve. And that whole thing about the stages of grief is hooey. You go through it the way you go through it, depending on who you are, who you lost, whatever. So I expect, I thought it would be out by now, oh my God. I expect to have it done by the summer of 2020. And my coach is in the room also. She's been trying really hard to get this book out, but it's just not happening the way we wanted to. So, any questions, any comments before I close?
Well, I'm going to walk through the audience and let people ask you questions, Tanya, because I think you certainly made me think. And I wanted to just share something you mentioned about how we react to things and our choices. I was trying to back out of a driveway years ago where I worked, and a gentleman walked behind me, and I thought, oh, I'm in a hurry. Why did he have to walk behind me right now? I was getting all worked up. And then I realized that he walked behind me because I was backing up into a street and he was stopping traffic to help me. And so you made me remember that story, and I said, that's exactly it. When we change what the situation is and see it for what it is, it changes us. So I just wanted to share that.
Thank you.
But Tanya, anybody have a question they want to ask Tanya? You have to have been touched and moved by what you've shared tonight. I just think you were, I don't know about the rest of you, but I thought it was spectacular. Just open questions, comments, your own life story that you could relate, anything you want to say. Yeah, but how do you do that? How do you really do that? If anybody have a thought about anything you want to ask?
Anything? Anybody heard this before in a different way, considered it before? It's important.
Could you relate to, in your own life, were there instances where you said, I was nodding all the time? I mean, and it's not that it's good to hear somebody else's pain, but it's good to know that there's a different way to look at your glass and make that limoncello.
Definitely, yes, yes.
I have something, Sherry.
Okay. Thank you, Heather.
You know me, I won't leave you hanging. Tanya, I want to say thank you, first of all, because I was noticing just how incredibly quiet this whole room was. We were all holding our breath. And I think when you talk about things that change in the blink of an eye, and the loss of your mom, I was thinking of the parallel with Anna Quinlan, who talks about the same sort of thing in her book, the Short Guide to, is it Short Guide to a Happy Life or something like that? It was a commencement speech, and so I heard it, but not the way that you said it, and it was really very beautiful. And for myself, my blink of an eye was related to a cancer diagnosis, and being in a room full of women, I'm willing to bet that more than a couple of us have had that moment, and so being able to have that presence and that ability to be with that information and find a way to look at it in a new way is really a gift. So again, I thank you.
It's changed my life, and I didn't invent this. I just discovered it for me. but your attitude, there's lots of little memes about attitude, but the point is, when you have a diagnosis like you had, attitude is everything, because it's the pathway to your health, regardless of whatever else is going on, so.
You know what?
I'm glad you're well.
Say something?
You want to come up here? Come up here, Joy. Come up here,
Okay.
so everyone can hear you.
With a name like Joy, we need to hear you on that. Perfect.
I was a school teacher in Waterbury, teaching music. And some of the kids were bullied, you know that. You see that on TV all the time. And I could see what they thought of, they felt. And it was terrible. And we had to, have special meetings and everything so they wouldn't get bullied anymore. And it was just it was horrible for the poor children in the classroom. I remember having one child, and he excelled in everything. And one of the children in the classroom just kept throwing his books on the floor and stepping on them and everything. So, we all had to pick them up and everything. And what this person thought about, he felt, because I could see how he felt this every single day. And we tried so hard to get rid of it, and we did in the end. So
Right.
I just wanted to,
All right,
tell you what you think you feel. And I could see these children in my classroom really feeling terribly, it was awful. So, there. Thank you, what you do think you feel.
Thank you, Joy.
I'll share something. Thank you. My name is Tara. And I was just reminded of a situation with my daughter. She's 11 now, but this was last year when she was just coming up on 10. She had a playground accident. Another classmate ran into her, and the girl's tooth broke in my daughter's forehead. So, we're on the way to the ER, of course, and she turns to me and she said, Mama, there was one funny thing that happened. And I'm sitting there, what? I'm over here a frantic mess, and she's talking about humor. And she said, the nurse was trying to keep my head from bleeding everywhere, and the nurse's assistant was trying to help the other girl find her tooth and see what was going on. And some boy came in and said, can I have Band-Aids from my classroom? She said, they looked at each other, and they said, come back in 20 minutes. And she said, inside I had to laugh a little bit. And so what I'm thinking now is, we're in our second act, but let's instill these lessons in those kids who are still in the very beginning of their first act, because it will serve them well through their lives.
Yeah.
great point.
Yeah.
Sherry?
I just wanted to tell Tanya that I was really looking forward to coming because I just love everything that you have to say about perspective. And the reason that I like to listen to you is because I learn from you about perspective more and more every time I hear you. And I like the tools, the compassion, the humor, and the gratitude. I need to practice that. I think we all need to practice that. And so these are the things that I look and I want to learn from you. Because every time I hear you, I learn things about perspective. And I'm so glad that you did this. I'm so glad that I know you. I'm so glad that I came. And I just look forward to listening to you more, to learning from you, learning and applying that in as I go through, I guess, my second act and my blinking of the eye, and all those things that I'm sure gonna happen. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Marta. And I did not pay her to say that. But I would have.
Anyone else have a comment?
Yay.
This is my coach, Monica.
And I just want to acknowledge the time, that there is no right time. I have a feeling something else is evolving, and that's why the book is not out yet. It'll come out when it's ready.
Yes, yes. We are very pregnant with it, but it just.
My name is Roseanne, and I have to say that my first encounter with your writing was Waking Up with Nora. It was such a profound read. I couldn't put it down. I started on a Saturday morning, and I almost went through the whole night. It's just unbelievable. So if you haven't gotten a copy, get it and grow. Change my perspective even through that.
I don't think there's a better endorsement than that.
I'll tell you, that's love. What more does an author want to hear? You know? So, I've taken enough of your time, but I really do have one more thing. And this one more thing is either, if nothing else works, or the first thing that you try is